It's been one of those days. It started off yesterday driving 11 hours into the cold, which really makes no sense to me. You never want to drive into the cold, you want to drive to where it's warm. But I wanted to get up in a tree. And so drove 11 hours, got a little bit of sleep, woke up like it was Christmas morning. I was itching to crawl up in a tree, and it's 34 degrees. Something wrong with my head today. And getting all my gear out and realized that I left my hunting quiver, which has my hunting arrows, 11 hours away. I had practice arrows, so I improvised, adapt, and overcome, an old Marine Corps saying. So I took practice arrows, and I found some broadheads in my bow bag, and I made it work. So I got over that hurdle and did my protein shake, did my stretching. I definitely needed to stretch. Try to, same thing every day. Try to stretch every day. I have for 30 some odd years. And I'm watching this show on TV, just a whatever show, and this guy makes a comment. It was actually a movie. He says, I'll rephrase his terminology, but it was, life gives you crap and you make Kool-Aid from it. And I cracked up. I was like, man, that's some good junk right there. And that's what I kind of thought, because when I realized I didn't have my quiver, I was like, I'm out, I'm done. I was like, nah, I can't, the glass is still half full. It's all about perspective. So I'm up here, and I see this a lot when I crawl up in a tree. On a cool day like today, you want to find a tree that the sun's going to beat on you as soon as it comes up, because, man, you need that heat. I mean, I got the jumbo hand warmers. But as the sun cast upon me, I sound like a poet, I can see my shadow back there. And I often think about that, is that we all cast a shadow one way or the other, some kind of a shadow. And, we cast it on people, we cast it on things. I've written for years about the footprints, that we leave behind. And in the swamp back home, I'll see a footprint that I left 2 weeks ago if it ain't rained, and it means that mankind's been there. Going to be a short video today. What's the message? Y'all think about the shadow you cast, the footprint you leave behind, the handprint you leave behind. And not from a crime scene perspective, but more of, what are you leaving behind for those that are following us, those who are going to cross our path? One of the hardest parts for me, I've never been a big Christmas person, I think it gets kind of blown out of proportion, is how goofy people get. I wrote a thing one time called Where's the Jesus in That? I think it got hit like 164,000 times. I wrote it from a tree in South Georgia. I thought it was horrible. I didn't like it. I sent it to the barber. She posted it, and it hit. When you're all out there doing the Christmas shopping, and I mean, it's right around the corner, man, can you think about the shadow you're casting? Can you think about the handprint you're leaving, the footprint? I stopped at a store on the way up here, and I told the oldest boy, I said, I couldn't get out of that place quick enough. Bad energy field. Spread the love, not the hate. I'm gonna buzz you around. That's the video. That's it. That's all I got today. I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit longer and just suck this all in, and good stuff. I got so many clothes on, that if I fell, I don't think I'd break anything. I think I'd just bounce and roll around like that dude, that Michelin dude or whatever, the Michelin man or whatever. I ain't kidding. That's why I don't like cold weather. I feel like I can't move. Hold on. All right, so that is kind of hard, but that's my shadow. Let me zoom in for you. Got some good hardwoods today. There she is. So who am I today? I'm a guy that's digging that fella that made that statement on that movie. Life gives you crap and you make Kool-Aid. I never was a big Kool-Aid guy, but you get the point. You got to stay above the game. You got to keep that chin up and realize that it's just life. But how do you affect life? What shadows do you leave? You know? And I say it all the time, but I mean it. Spread the love, not the hate. And don't make Christmas any uglier than it's got to be. Just remember, there's a lot to Christmas besides buying a bunch of junk people don't need and racing to get this and racing to get that. Man, maybe Christmas is about sucking up some sunshine and just spreading the love. Y'all take care.